Today we're giving you another delightful special on Latin cuisine. We'll make a journey to the Day of the Dead in Ecuador and how it's represented in food. And also we go to Washington, where a traditional restaurant keeps offering locals and Hispanics a wide variety of mouth-watering Latin flavors. Enjoy! Over 17 years, Rumba Cafe is a restaurant in Washington with a strong intention to preserve and bring Latin flavors to the US, and also to open a space for art, culture, and heartfelt wishes. Come see.
The neighborhood of Adams Morgan in Washington, D.C. is a meeting place for culture, music, and cuisine from all over the world. At its center is Rumba Cafe. Open and running 7 days a week, the restaurant and art space has brought the diverse gastronomy of Latin America to the nation's capital for more than 17 years. While the owner of Rumba Cafe travels from country to country looking for new flavors to bring back to the United States, manager Beatriz Marcos and chef Gladys Ramirez oversee the business back at home.
I think the most important thing is to maintain the original flavor of Latin food here in the United States.
For Rumba Cafe, preserving the traditional recipes and flavors of Latin America is key. The ideas for popular appetizers and entrees come from all over Mexico, Central and South America, and the Caribbean.
I would describe it as a journey throughout Latin America, a journey of flavors.
We make an arepa de prosciutto. It's made from Venezuelan flour. Once it's ordered, we prepare it and put it on the stove to cook. Then we cut it in half and we put arugula inside. Mofongo de marisco is a typical dish from Puerto Rico that comes with scallops and shrimps. We put that together with a tomato sauce and we add green plantains or yuca. People are used to adding artificial seasoning, but we prepare all our dishes with natural ingredients.
All dishes are made to order with fresh ingredients that the original recipes call for. But being in the United States, that isn't always easy.
Sometimes you can't get all of the exact ingredients here. That's when the chef adds his own touch. He tries to look for something else, for a substitute. In the end, we make it work. Somehow it always works out.
Rumba Cafe also supports the work of local Latin American and Latino artists. Guests inspired by the art that dawns the walls of Rumba Cafe often bring their own gifts to add to the collection.
Each gift means something to us. The dollars, the wishes that cover the walls, all of the art has a cultural significance. We don't even touch them. It stays here. People write things and they'll say, "This was mine." There was a couple who came 7 years ago. They came back again and they said, "We came here and we put a wish on the wall. That wish came true." They had a baby with them.
The care that's put into service and presentation matches the loving preparation that goes into each order.
You have to put effort into your cooking and make sure that everything comes out just right. We try to give our customers the best we have to offer.
Beatriz and Gladys say it's consistency that keeps people coming back.
The people that come, the regulars, sometimes they'll move to another state or another country, but they always come back to Rumba Cafe. It's really comforting to have someone come and say, "I ate patacon rumba, and it's the same patacon rumba I ate here 6 years ago."
It's these dishes that Rumba Cafe hopes to continue serving the people of Washington, D.C. for another 17 years to come.
The Day of the Dead celebration in Ecuador comes from the pre-Hispanic roots of the continent. Each November is celebrated through bread figures and a delicious drink of fruits and spices. Take a look.
Typical of the Day of the Dead, or All Souls Day, celebrated on November 2nd, is the guaguas de pan bread and the colada morada drink. Wawas, meaning child in Quechua, are bread rolls with various fillings and topped with brightly colored icing to give them facial features and garments representing the dead. The colada morada is a drink with a dark maize base and is mixed with a variety of fruits and herbs and is served warm.
It has Andean herbs. These Andean herbs are used to purify energy, so we cook the colada morada with these herbs to purify ourselves from the inside. In Calderón, they believe that the dead are with us, so they take it to them so they can eat. This is why they are buried with corn, with the chicha drink. This is the way they have found a lot of tombs, because it symbolizes the person who died and passed to the other life, so they also need to have nourishment.
On November 2nd, families take colada morada and wawas de pan to the graves of deceased loved ones to be shared with their spirits. Cristian Columba celebrated with his family at the Calderón Cemetery in North Quito.
Un tío mío, pues le gustaba mucho lo que es la colada.
An uncle of mine really liked the colada, the sweets, so we brought this, remembering him. Also, a tradition of our grandparents which they passed down to our parents is the arveja, which is a fruit native to this region. They try to get together all this and bring it here to share. It is a tradition that comes from far back.
Often traveling extensive distances to reconnect with the spirits of the deceased, families bring the favorite foods of their departed relatives to share at the sites, sometimes leaving portions of chicken, rice, fruit, and stews on the graves themselves. Sandalwood is burned throughout the cemetery.
Because the smoke, more than just having a smell like tobacco, it is consumed by the souls. We give all these little things here and we pour some soda. This is for my mama, my dad, my husband, my kids, my mother-in-law, for everyone. We always come every year. It would be nice if we could physically be together, but here we are, and the food that touches the air fills their stomachs and goes to their souls.
Mass is generally given at the cemetery, and prayers are said at the graves.
Before eating a traditional food, something typical, we pray. We pray for their souls. And this is so that they can feel respected.
To feed the souls of her deceased, Juana Lincango said that she brought a variety of their favorite foods.
A bean chili sauce, bread, tortillas, and colada morada, which we make with the native naranjilla fruit, blueberries, and pineapple.
Most importantly, the Day of the Dead allows families to reconnect and communicate with the spirits of their loved ones. It is a time to remember the departed and commemorate their existence.
Everyone, we have lived through so much and now we are separated. I cry. I simply cry. I simply remember and I do not forget. I do not forget my husband and my daughter who died 28 years ago in a crash. I cannot forget because I see and remember the car crash. There is just my niece and me now.
It's a custom I've celebrated since I was young. We came because my mother and father always brought us. We remember how mother and father raised us. That's why we come here. My heart tells me to.
The Day of the Dead is a pre-Hispanic tradition that is celebrated throughout Ecuador to this day.
When I was young, this tradition was given to me by my parents. They were given it from my grandparents. And now I have my son. He is seeing this tradition. So it becomes a custom that cannot be lost.
Next week, we'll be back with more Latin American culture. See you then.